Today is 25th of October 2022 and I'm continuing my series Reality Subject to Influence. My name is Alexander Ermenkov. I'm a ruling reality coach, and of course the big news is how many kilograms I'm today. I'm 111.5 kilograms. Yesterday I was 111.1 kilogram, so I'm still sitting in this space of 111 and 111.8 kilograms. The best performance I had these 25 days till now, it was 110 or 109 kilograms. So I'm continuing my journey of influencing reality, and while doing this I would like to speak with you about the power of meaning. There is something that all of us, the human beings, are constantly producing into the reality. And this is not only the impact that we are giving in the outside reality by our achievements. A lot of us think that the big thing about our life is all the achievements that we are going to produce till the end of our lives. And this is everything that we are here for, and we are chasing for more and more achievements. I personally am an overachiever. So I like and I enjoy having a lot of things that I dream for being revealed in my personal reality. But is this what life is all about? A lot of us, or a lot of you that are more enlightened or are willing to go into a deeper meanings of life, thinks that gathering awareness and understanding more about life is the most important thing of why we are here on this planet. But let me now give you another perspective about why we, the human beings, are here on this planet and what actually we are doing. What the bees are doing, you can ask, for example, to give you just what is the purpose of a bee. From one side, it is producing the honey. So if the honey is the overachievement of the bees, what is the other thing that they're doing as a benefit for all the race of the human and all the animals and for all the ecosystem of the planet is that they're pollinating the plants. This we already know. So they're doing two things. They're producing honey. Primarily they produced it for themselves in order to sustain themselves during the winters and so on and so on. But basically they are pollinating the plants. Are they aware that they are doing this? Mostly no. This is something that is happening for them and through them, because this is who and what they are. Can we ask the same question about the human beings from the perspective of a higher conscious observation upon the human beings? Because a lot of us have never thought that there is a more higher conscious observation upon us that is watching upon us in the same way as we are watching upon the bees. No, Alex, this is not possible. We are the crown of creation. There is nothing more than us. A lot of us can think this way, but just for the purpose of this example, let's look at the human race and see what the human race is producing. From one side, the human race is producing a lot of external benefits and achievements that are helping or destroying the ecosystem. There are different opinions about this. Are we actually exploiting and destroying the planet, or are we actually improving the planet and ecosystem and everything? And it depends on the perspective of whom we are watching upon the human race. But anyhow, whatever are the achievements or the destruction that are created from the human race, because it doesn't matter if it's good and bad, this is something that we as humans are producing constantly in the environment of the reality. What else we as human beings are constantly producing, and for sure it is something that is beneficial for all the universal construct. And do you know, at least when I ask this question for myself, what is my conclusion? A lot of us think that consciousness is the big thing, that all of us are just this universal consciousness, and we're individualized consciousness of the wholeness and the oneness and so on and so on, and we're so interconnected with everything and the universe. So this is the important thing. But according to me, what we, the human beings, are unintentionally producing daily in the reality is that we are giving meaning to everything. I will give you now allegory when in the Bible story about man's creation, after God created the man, he gave him all the animals to see if there is going to be a friend for him, and the only thing he needed to do is to give names for all the animals on the planet that were created in this moment, let's say 5,000 animals. So how Adam, or the first man, was able to give them names? What is behind the names? Behind the names are the meanings. When you name something, you give him the meaning. According to you, what is the meaning? What is the purpose? What is the reason for this thing to exist? So actually, the first man was starting to give meaning to everything that was constructed and creating. And this is what we are doing constantly and daily in our lives. We are giving meaning to everything around us. There are some philosophies that are saying that life is meaningless. And if you take away the human being, maybe it is so, maybe it looks like so. Where is the passion of life coming from? Where is the qualitat and the quality of life coming from? Why we, the human beings, constantly are willing to see and to grasp and to understand the meaning of everything. And this is an internal work that we, the human beings, are doing all the time. We are giving meaning to everything. We are making everything to be meaningful. Without meaning, we cannot exist. This is something very deep into our nature. We are giving meaning to everything. When you and I are looking back to the pyramids in Egypt, do we see only stones? Do we see only the construction? Do we see only the architecture and the outside appearance of the pyramids with all the fascination of how they were created and so on? No, we are also searching for the meaning. What is the meaning of this structure? What was the purpose of this structure? We are seeking for meaning in the nature. We are seeking for meaning in all of our discoveries. And basically, it's good if we translate this into our daily experience of life while we are gathering awarenesses. Actually, what we are doing, we are giving meaning to everything that is happening to us. Alex, what is the meaning behind you trying to influence reality, and you're just showing us now how you are so aware and why it is so important for you to have a weight of 90 kilograms and why you have made this like something very important for your life, and why you are giving such a big meaning. If you give a big meaning to something, it is going to destroy you. It is something that it's becoming very powerful and influential towards you and from you, because when we actually place our attention upon something, when we put our energy and focus upon something, meaning is translated constantly between this object or our observational aim and goal and ourselves. If there is no meaning in this interaction, it is not going to continue long term. So it is good to learn how to work with meaning, but also not to be stuck into this meaningful interactional cooperation between us, the inner beings, and the outer observation that we are looking at. Of course, meaning and the transfer of meaning is creating a lot of magnificent obsessional, observational interaction, but still we need to understand that this is natural for us, just to discover, just to explore, just to understand, just to gather awarenesses and experience, because of the big purpose that is for us to be interactional, meaningfully creating creatures that are generating more and more meaningful reality for all of us. If I'm creating a meaningful reality, if you are creating a meaningful reality, our objective reality is going to make much more meaningful sense. That's why we resist so much, let's say, the wars. The wars of the past, we don't see the meaning. We are resisting things that are not meaningful, that are long-term distractful, because we see that in the bigger picture, in the long term, these things makes no sense. So there is a stable inside of each of us, not only observational power, but production and manufacturing, explorational facility of creating meaning all the time. So this is very powerful. And when I go back to my weight, when I was 18 years old or 17 years old, I passed 100 kilograms, and from then till 48 years old, so 30 or more years, my body was constantly over this 100 kilogram marginal mark. So what I'm now doing through influencing my reality, I'm actually also creating a shift of my outer appearance of my body, where long term it is going into a new perspective, where it is actually influencing from the inside out and generating a body that is once again less than 100 kilograms and is actually 90 kilogram body. Why actually, Alex, you are giving so much meaning in your life on your body? Because your body is actually producing your long-term health. Your long-term health is actually producing your long-term longevity, and so on and so on. So it is important what are the things we give meaning for and meaning to, because a lot of time we give such a big meaning to such a small issues. But actually we need to learn how to give meaning to everything that is important to us, but also to long-term stay into an interactive mode, and over to be of our positioning that yes, we are giving meaning, yes, we understand the purpose of things, but yes, long-term we are interactional beings, and this is just part of what we are doing into the reality, but it is not something that is going to stuck us into the past or create such a wonderful future where we can dream of and we can find meaning, but we cannot find meaning in the present moment. No, the important thing is we to allow ourselves to constantly produce meaning in the present moment, because our meaningful lives are creating a more beautiful reality that is going to be enjoyable for all of us. So what I enjoy you today and what I actually endorse and I'm willing to encourage you today is to live more meaningful life, and it is not possible if we live our lives only on the surface. So we need to go into the deep, in the invisible, in what is beyond things is where we are finding the meaning. So enjoy life, create more meaningful environment and interaction of your own reality, and see you next time. You can subscribe for my YouTube channel for more reality topics and how the human beings is actually ruling his own reality.